Getting dark and loud in the room, I see. In this next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about claymation and cartooning. So, for those of you who have been waiting the longest time for me to discuss those things and even make content about them again, here's your chance. So, we'll start with claymation because that's been more recent, apparently. I mean, I've been cartooning every once in a while as much as I could have, or should have. I mean, it was his own thing. But, claymation first. So, claymation, I have been a claymation stop motion animator for however long I've been doing it. No, I'm just kidding. Like it's been like since the beginning of 2019, formally and officially, and before that it was sculpting since 2011, and before that was just the gauging the interest into claymation in general. So what you're looking at is maybe at least 3 or more years of claymation actual filming and sculpting and editing experience, uploading, that kind of thing, like actually getting to the idea of knowing the ropes of what it's like to do this stuff, how easy and hard it is in different ways. And I have probably pushed harder on the idea of it being easy than anything else, obviously. So, like, even people who told me that they think it's hard, no, I tell them back, it's like, dude, you need to actually get into this because it's either a big opportunity or, and I'll tell them that. I'll be like, this is admittingly a really good thing for me. It's like, I get to make these things work out very well. I learn a lot. I animate quicker. I'll get into that in a second, but yeah, I'm not going to deny claymation has been a bit of its own blessing for me. I think having that creative outlet with both the technology and the artistry-wise stuff with claymation, stop motion, it's been a really good thing. Like to be for people who think that I'm that patient, who think that I'm that passionate about it. Thank you for that. But I really do. I mean, grateful that you think that way of me. But like, there is a bit of a tragedy that comes with this, though, including with the cartoon, which I can get into. With the claymation, it was supposed to be this way of me problem solving my life so that I would be successful, so I could figure out what my life problems were and how to resolve them. Even that would be a never-ending battle. It was to have a problem-solving outlet rather than a creative outlet. And I didn't even know how creative worked even then because I didn't know how to trust it, which is its own can of worms, maybe even not in can of worms, but more like a Pandora's box. Maybe a Pandora's box I'll always open, but, you know, beyond claymation and cartooning being a tragedy, which we'll get into cartooning, claymation was a tragedy, but it was also something I was learning really fast, and it was also making it easier. It was probably the easiest quality content I can make, even if I didn't believe in quality content at the time, even to this day. And with claymation, it was like, yes, I can make these stop motion films very patiently. I can put these clay models together and then animate them for a bit, and then make films off of them, and then that's the easy money bank on YouTube for like whatever I wasn't monetized on yet, because I'm not even monetized now, but we'll get there one of these days. But you know, claymation was never my main niche on YouTube for some reason. It was even when I went ham in 2019 and a little more ham in the other years. I didn't ever actually just stay centered on claymation, and even when I was niching down claymation, people didn't believe I was because they still thought I was making different content, but I wasn't. I was just making weird thumbnails. But you know, and yeah. I had been the kind of person who experimented with claymation even with my tragedy in mind, and that made it a little easier to deal with. But the things I would do, tutorials, behind the scenes content, claymation about video games and anime and other projects, original claymation ideas, and all so to speak. So with claymation, it was a very invigorating thing. I really did enjoy making claymation. I wasn't passionate about it, but I did enjoy making it. With cartooning, it was a different story. It was like I was evidently a passionate cartoonist, but I didn't realize that or believe it. And the problem with that was that it wasn't so much also a way to problem solve my life and figure out what was wrong, but it was something that I enjoyed doing that I lost touch with for some reason. You know how many times I tried to rekindle over the years. Trust me, I did try. I started being a cartoonist in my early teens, like pre-teens. My father convinced me that, in a good way, he didn't force me, but like, he gave me the outlet to figure out I was a cartoonist by offering me artistry tools and creativity stuff, while even exploring other things like science and math stuff, and exploring other things like maybe even my athleticism and my business-oriented lifestyles, my health lifestyles, and all that other stuff. But with creativity, it was easy because the arts and animations are things that people don't always get to see in their lives. I had the opposite experience of them. Like their experience was that they have boom. I was gonna say boomer, but that was maybe a little bit weird to say in this video. But they have those. I'm not gonna say the weird defamation thing, but like it's a racist to Asian people. But like, there you go, my monetization again, Tony. Okay, but like, even just describing that, but like, basically they have childhoods where they get discriminated against for being an artist, and I'm the opposite of that. I wanted to be a scientist, but I ended up being an artist because of how that was offered, and even immediately shoved in my face at the time. So I'm the opposite of them. They wanted to be artists, I wanted to be a scientist. So my experience is a little bit polar to theirs. So it's like, but but even without being exploring why I thought my passion wasn't science, having a talent in creativity was not a bad thing. It allowed me to innovate new solutions of things, which unironically made me a better problem solver than the things I thought was necessary to use it to problem solve with creativity in mind. And that was with both cartoon and claymation. So like, when I discovered how to be a better creative with even my philosophies in general, my abstract philosophy, I didn't always give credit to creativity for that. I always just said, oh, that's just me being a thinker or a writer. And I'm not even good at either of those things anyways, in a nutshell. I mean, I'm a great thinker and a writer, but in different ways, and for always so long. Like, even with thinking, I overthink, and even with writing, I don't communicate properly. So it's like, it's its own debacle. But with cartooning, I was really good at drawing. And even if I didn't learn how to sketch properly, I still drew really well. For people who knew me as a cartoonist and a claymation animator, you knew that I was at least good at sketching as a creative person and animating sculptures as a creative person. You knew I could do that really well with what I knew at that point, and what you may have known as well about me. That I was a fast animator. That, if believe me, I was a fast animator. I don't take my time with this shit. I just go like willy nilly and animate what I want in certain 12-second intervals and 12-minute intervals, because I'm obsessively weird like that. But with claymation, and then like with cartooning, I would draw something that's creative and that's well organized, and then actually still make it with effort. I do put effort into claymation as well, but it depends. But with any of this stuff, but like cartooning died off for some reason. I'll hopefully bring that back over time. Claymation has not died off, but it's still something I don't look with the best relationship yet. Hopefully it'll be mended over time as well as cartooning. What I'll say with the claymations I made so far, and the claymations I hope to make in the future, and the cartooning I've done in the past and the future of that nature, creativity is not something that you just do. It literally, like, people, the cartoonists who tell you that they would draw hands every damn day, but the people like on the opposite of that who just have it to a means of an end. I'm neither the full-time hobbyist nor the hobbying full-timer. I'm the person in the middle. I'm the guy who doesn't want to appreciate it for just the way it is, for some awkward, troubled reason. But at the same time, I don't want it to go away. So it's like, I'm in a really weird loop here, and also it's really dark right now. I'm in a really weird position where I don't want to have to think of myself as a creative person, but I'm grateful for being creative. And so, cartooning, I will draw with that pen, whether it's digital or physical. With cartooning, I will sculpt with that clay, whether it's Van Aken or new plasticine. You're not going to see me go away with both those ends of creativity, or even other forms of creativity I do in the meantime, like origami, or writing, or other things. Even drawing with pastel on a canvas, or acrylic paints. That doesn't go away. None of that goes away until I say so. But I'm not going to get rid of it just because I don't know how to make it work right now. Or even how to believe I'm a passionate person about those things. Or even enjoy them as much as I think I do. Or could already enjoy them with. Hopefully that gets bended over time. In a nutshell, with cartooning, you'll see my drawings and they'll be pretty damn good. And they're not practiced as much as I could have been doing. Especially with sketching. Sketching, actually drawing proper geometric shapes and all that. All the likes, the lighting, shading you do with the software that I don't know how to use yet to this day properly. And then the claymation, which I don't even do with. There's like tips they gave on claymation, and like entire videos of claymation tips wouldn't be useful to me because I don't know how to get that far yet, and I'm still pretty good at it. So I'm a fast learner and a fast animator, so that's just a difference within that a little bit. But I don't believe in quality for that, which I try to expand on other videos. But but the quality I put in my claymations isn't just because I know how to do it. It is because I'm a creative person. I admit that. So, yeah, there you go. That's another, I could go for a few more minutes, but I don't want to get cut off and have to edit this. So, for the next few seconds, we'll just talk about claymations I made as examples I didn't make in the other videos. We made claymations like a couple SCP-related ones, Secret Laboratory-related ones. So those are a couple SCP Secret Laboratory game-related ones based on the lower end of the games. We made a couple of claymations that are original, a few actually. We made a few contest animations, a couple claymations of contests online. We made claymation. I made cartooning for things like series that could fit for comics strips and all that, and including story-driven comics. And that's it. Okay, next. No, I'm not going that. Well, there goes my end card element there. But we've done cartooning for things like I've created these series I made it before, like Good Evil Chronicles, and that was branded from Good Evil, or Fable to Sustain. Algebes, which is either being rebranded to Algebes Combinatorical or something like that, and then Project Tether, which was being rebranded from Adamantly Pristine Illusory, or some other concept ideas. So it was usually just Good Evil, Algebes, and Project Tether that was the cartooning end of things, if even Claymation. And Claymation would have just been revolving on Project Tether on the Crosswind channel, which is this one. And it would have just been like that. And I think with Claymation, it was most likely going to be more that I would be more into Claymation animation for now, stop motion, than cartooning. But I'll do more of both over time, and even 3D at some point with 2D. So not just stop motion in the very sense of that, but cartooning in every other new age dilemma or problem solving to be done because of me and the world.